shows.
You know what would bring all streaming back if they did a season of The White Lotus? That was The Black Lotus.
That is absolutely not what should happen.
I want it!
The people in charge will ruin that show in ways that will have you writing think pieces for years.
If you can just keep Tyler Perry away from the project.
They won't. He's producing it.
Or as I call it, white Tyler Perry. It was Taylor Sheridan.
Hey, I'm Sam Sanders. Thanks for checking out my show here on KCRW. So we've been in your feed already this January, but this episode right here is our first taping since fires hit LA last week. We couldn't tape here in studio until now because Santa Monica is very close to the action. But I'm so happy to be here in studio this week. We're going to talk about how we're moving through this very strange moment for Los Angeles. But we're also going to have some fun with our very own in and out list for 2025. I've got two guests to do that, Chelsea Devantez and Erin Dewey Lennox. Chelsea Devantez is an Emmy-nominated writer, national best-selling author, comedian, director, and host of the book podcast Glamorous Trash. And Erin Dewey Lennox is a comedian and writer for MTV, for ESPN, for the ESPY Awards, among other things. They are both also proud Angelinos. Chelsea, Erin, thank y'all for being here.
Hi. I'm so happy to be here in this beautiful. Look how LA is doing. Look at this beautiful,
gorgeous
sky background.
The sky is clear in this studio.
The air is perfect.
Yeah. I'm so happy to have y'all here in what has been a truly funky week and a half or so for LA. I keep telling people it's as if Michael Bay has written the last week and a half of our story.
Yeah, too much action.
Too much action.
Too many things.
And like you're in the action.
Yeah. And we were, LA, I think, was already in a not in a great place. The vibes were bad. And we were like, 2024.
Survive till 2025.
Yeah. Survive till 2025. Did you hear that?
This is the thing that the industry folks were saying to writers and actors and all kinds of folks. Oh, just survive till 25.
Yeah,
the industry will pick up.
The industry
and
will pick up.
We did our part.
Yeah, we survived until 2025. And then, so this is a really, it's just a really heartbreaking start to the year. But I don't know if there's a but I will say, there has been an incredible amount of community and support. And I saw a tweet or a TikTok, or I dreamt it. I'm not sure. Someone was like, this is a city full of coordinators and producers.
Amen.
There you go.
We are at work.
There's nobody like a production team. It's like, if you think about a production, you build a city every time you shoot a film. So we are ready to team up with strangers and deliver crafty to whoever needs it,
Yeah.
It's been amazing. I have several friends in my life who have been part of the volunteering and coordination. And it's not just like taking some bottles of water to one place. I've got people going here and there across the city with direct drops of exactly what you need. And it seems as if everyone is taking part in that. It's really nice to see. It's also strange to see people outside of LA realize that we're actually nice here. We're kind of nice. We're kind of good to people.
Listen, in LA, the sociopaths have the platforms. And so they're the loudest, they're the strongest, they've got the most followers, and you're like, oh, this city is rotten. And I'm not going to say it's not rotten, but I'm going to say woven throughout the rotten is a lot of creative people who were, outcasts in their families who were like, I'll come to LA and try and make art and I'll suffer through this because I care about something, bigger than myself. Those people are here. Working class families for centuries are here. There's so much here that doesn't, that's not an influencer with a flat tummy tea deal. So you don't know they're here.
Although we're looking. If flat tummy tea, let us know if you're interested.
Collab, if you'd like to come in and make sure everyone gets some flat tummy tea.
That's what we really need. Yeah.
Listen, that'll fix it.
Yeah. We also, just to plug some things people can do. Yeah. So we fostered a dog.
I've heard about this. So there are also animals that are displaced from these tragedies.
Hugely.
They got to be taken in.
These shelters were already full.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Los Angeles also has a lot of kill shelters.
Mm-hmm.
And so the shelters are full. And then there's all these displaced animals, whether that's owners surrendering them or they're, just being found in the fires, or they're just also animals that are strays and running from the fires. And so every rescue center here needs help fostering out the animals they have so that they can bring in new animals.
Yeah.
And so at 9 p.m. on a Saturday, we got an email, and my husband and I drove down like kind of into the fire zone where
Dina or Pally?
Wow, great question. Palisades.
Okay.
Palisades. It was Best Friends.
Okay.
So they're called Best Friends. And everyone was at work and everyone was there, and like us and 90 other people came in.
Aww.
And they had just rescued all these animals from the kill shelters to foster out so that those shelters could take in new pets and they could take in new pets.
So you got a foster.
We got a foster, and he is so perfect. He's so perfect. He held my hand.
Oh my gosh.
So first off, you have to walk through, they're in kennels, and we walked through and we were like, any dog. And they're like, could you just like try and pick a dog? We're like, nope, just any dog in need. Like I cannot pick. And I looked down, and this dog put his little paw through the cage. I said, would you like to hold hands, sir? And he did. And he was so calm and so
he
sweet.
speaks English. That's a few.
Yeah. And then and then he came out, and he's a giant 1-year-old German Shepherd.
Oh, that's a dog.
With broken teeth. He 1-year-old.
Oh,
he was a stray.
God.
Oh.
And now he's at home. Now he's at home with my husband eating the peanut butter of his dreams.
Does your husband like him?
In love.
Oh, you're not getting rid of that dog.
That's your dog.
That's your dog.
That's your dog.
You better call him Smokey. Yeah. Because he's yours now.
No, he definitely
good.
he is technically a foster, but he's never going back.
Yeah, no, that's your dog now.
But you can foster for like a week. You can foster for 3 days.
I was thinking about I have 2 dogs in my house.
Yeah.
One of which is just old and, dare I say, a little senile. Love you, Zora. And I'm like, I could introduce a third to the mix for a while, but
even just for a week helps them, because then it just makes the space, and hopefully this crisis is dying down. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just like they just need a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I have been so interested in like watching the telltale signs that show that LA is in a different kind of mood. And one of my biggest barometers is traffic. So traffic has been less this last week because a lot of folks have left town and a lot of folks are staying home. But the traffic that's on the street, have you noticed? They're a little bit nicer. They're a little bit nicer the last few days.
Oh, absolutely.
Something's happening.
Well,
I'll take it.
I think when terror courses through your body, it kind of takes out a lot of the energy you would have for aggression. Yeah, it's a redirected rage.
Of the rage.
I did see a fender bender on the way here. It happened right in front of me, and I was like, we're back, baby.
Nature is healing.
Yes.
Nature is healing.
Well, you've been driving all across LA.
You've been
volunteering.
You've been doing hand-to-hand combat, is what you said.
Yeah, that's what my cousin coined that term, hand-to-hand combat charity, which is just like reaching out to people you specifically know, getting specific things. It's kind of what you're talking about, like direct drops of like yesterday we coordinated like a crib was in Sherman Oaks and had to get to someone in Pasadena, but then we got there and it doesn't have a mattress. So now we need to get a mattress and we need to get sheets. And then it's like, okay, how old are the kids? 1 and 3. And then people are like, we've got these toys. And then you just like, I've also noticed like people don't want to, you'll say, okay, what else do you need? And they'll say nothing, but then you get there and you go, do you want these LaCroix? Do you want this? Like, this is what I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I made like a big spreadsheet of all these things that, I have 2 kids, so I have the mom group, the vast network of mothers who are like desperate to help and have so much stuff, like who are just, it's like, we also hoard all of our kids' things. It's like I have boxes of things that's like 2T, 3T, 4T. Like, let's go. Who needs
also,
what?
Like you were saying before, it's like this city is full of producers. That means LA is full of spreadsheet people.
Yes.
LA is full of spreadsheet
Excel
people
sheets right
who
now.
are ready to go.
Ready
to go.
And there is a mom Excel spreadsheet where it hooks up one mom with stuff with one mom who doesn't have stuff. And like, listen, links are in my bio. I've got a highlights.
Okay.
In my
you
bio.
have one? I made my own. Is there another one? I'll get on it.
Erin, you made your own.
I made my
while
own.
driving.
See,
Yes,
like,
I'm so not a spreadsheet person. I'm just like, send me the GoFundMe link.
Yeah.
Send me auto
But
renew.
also, I bet you would respond if someone was like on Sunday, if someone was like, I need this specific pair of socks from REI because this man who's out of his house is literally not comfortable in any other pair of socks. And you would go get them. It's like, if you can do a single run that is just like very specific to one person, it feels really good.
Yeah. And speaking of GoFundMes, can I talk about one other thing? Okay. So GoFundMes, as you know, what is it? It is our nation's platform for
Truly.
It is
our social safety net at this
it's our
point.
government.
It's government.
At this point. Yeah, at this point, our taxes should go there. But and it's beautiful and does a beautiful thing. But my friend Ashley Nicole Black told me that she saw a woman who had printed out her GoFundMe and taped it to a tree.
Was there a QR code?
No, because you have. It was such a good reminder that to run a successful GoFundMe campaign to get your life back on track, you have to be technologically savvy. You have to be on the internet. You have to have access to the internet, to computers. You have to know people.
Yeah, you have to know
and you have to know people who have money. That's hard. That's you know what I mean? You have to know people who have Apple Pay and PayPal who have money to give. You have to have already had a community and been set up in order to fix your life. And there's a whole community of people who are living in poverty before the fires. And so please donate to Letters from Altadena.
Okay.
It is paired up with a charity called it was called Letters to Santa, and basically the money is delivered straight into these families' hands.
Direct.
I'm glad y'all are okay. I'm glad y'all are helping. Thanks for what you do for this city right now. And listeners, viewers, if you want to jump in and help, KCRW has some resources that can direct you in all kinds of good directions. If you go to kcrw.com/firehelp, you can help out too. kcrw.com/firehelp. Help out. You should. Just don't write a screenplay about this yet. All right. Even though our 2025 has gotten off to a pretty funky start, I am still excited about it because it's going to be a year full of pop culture that we can devour and enjoy and unpack. So in that spirit, I want to play a game to kind of forecast this year of pop culture.
Yeah, I love that.
Just in and out for 2025.
I think that's great. And also, listen, in the Depression, some of our greatest art. No, I'm serious. Because you're so devastated.
Are we entering a depression?
Are we
I am.
out of it yet?
Personally, emotionally.
Where have we been? But yeah, it's like a cabaret variety. I just feel like it's not a positive, but I hope it's something that happens. If we are dealing with so much, I hope we're about to have some pop culture with us as well.
Okay. We'll get some good art out of this moment.
I think so. I think we're trending that way. Is that crazy
I think
to
we're
say?
trending that way as
I think
well.
when you lose everything and you stop, it's like when all the studios and all the commercialism stuff sort of, it's like, oh, this isn't working. Then suddenly you get more specific and authentic and people start to make cooler stuff.
And the industry / the algorithm has needed a hard slap in the face.
A reset.
A hard, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
And I hope this is that shakeup of like, hey, we don't swear on this, do we? Do we swear?
You can do it.
The shit you've been making, nobody been wanting. Because it's about your values are in the wrong place. I feel like this could be a good value shift to like what people actually want.
What do folks want to see? What do they want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see.
Okay, is there a winner to this game?
I'm going to declare a winner.
Oh my
and
God.
I'll choose
Is
a
it gonna be me?
winner based on just how much I like what you
Personality?
say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Looks?
Totally. You both win there.
Yeah, we're
Tits?
tied.
You both win there.
Our tits are tied.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I will decide a winner at the end on a whim.
Wow.
I'm going to run through some big trending stories that might take us through this year. Tell me if they're in or out.
Yeah.
And defend your reasoning.
Cool.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. First, for 2025, are celebrity legal dramas in or out?
Oh, honey, they are in.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
having a moment.
Okay, I run a book podcast,
Uh-huh.
okay, about celebrity memoirs.
Yeah.
The most incredible read for me was the entire filing of the Justin Baldoni lawsuit and the entire filing of the Blake Lively's. I read it from top to bottom like I was joining their team, their legal team.
I also feel like the lawyers know that we're reading because they're making them extra readable now.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
There's
yeah.
no legal jargon. It is reading like a romance novel.
It's reading like my group thread. Like it is reading like a group thread of comedian girls being like, "Did you see this?
Yeah.
Receipt,
Yeah.
receipt."
And let's tell folks who don't know what's going on. So last year, one of the biggest movies of the year, It Ends With Us, which was an adaptation of the Colleen Hoover book of the same name.
Yep.
It made a bunch of money worldwide, but the two stars got involved in the craziest months-long back and forth, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. It ended up with Blake filing a sexual harassment lawsuit against Justin, saying he was harassing her on set and doing some other bad things. But then, after a big New York Times expose on that suit with text receipts, Justin Baldoni countersued the New York Times for defamation and other things for $250 million.
Yep.
And one of his claims was that the text messages that the New York Times was citing, they didn't include mention of emojis that implied those messages were, in fact, sarcastic and not meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah, that's right.
We've reached a moment in time where celebrity lawsuits hinge on whether or not the emoji was there.
Yeah. Oh, and then
Winky face.
in the Patreon chats, people are like, wait, that's what the upside down smile emoji meant? So they're like, wait, that emoji means sarcasm? And someone else is like, that's not how I use this emoji. And it's like, well, take it to court, baby.
Yeah.
There's an entire case.
Maybe we need an
it.
emoji court. Is that what this is telling us?
I've been telling people for years that our new language is emoji.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And we must treat it as
But
such.
also, I've been told by my teenager that ages me using the emojis in all my
it does.
texts.
It's so cringe.
I'm not allowed to do it
What
anymore.
do they use?
They use no punctuation,
Nothing.
no capitalization, and they are not even texting. They're DMing.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
existing
God.
in a vast space of nothingness
Oh,
and
God.
embracing
They're
it.
DMing from names, and they don't use their own names on their social media. They use like
See, I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
Anywho, after that months-long rap battle between Kendrick Lamar and Drake sued Universal Music Group and Spotify, alleging that they were gaming the system to help make the Kendrick hit Not Like Us a hit,
which is
wild because he's also under Universal Music
you
Group
have the
himself,
same people,
same label.
So
He then retracts the lawsuit against Spotify, but just this week, he's filed another lawsuit against Universal Music Group again, his own record label, and I want to tell you what he alleged. He alleges that his record label was trying to, quote, convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal pedophile, and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilante justice in response. It's a lot. It's heavy.
it almost feels like he's demanding that the lyrics had an upside down emoji face. He's like, "Where's my upside down emoji face?"
Yeah. Well, and also it's like I can't. It's hard for me to imagine that he really wants the money, right? Or the amount of money he's going to spend to get that money. Hard to take that in.
Correct.
So then it's like, okay, you're playing a PR battle then, and then like you said, putting that word in it, you're losing it. Now you're losing the PR battle, and by
Yeah.
filing the lawsuit,
The lawsuit
Kendrick is going to perform at the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and you are going to send some emails.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, and I really thought it was over.
You need to
Yeah.
let
It
it
should
die.
be
Yeah,
over.
like you let it go. It's the same thing. It's like don't start none will be none. You're doing it again. It's again.
Yeah.
You didn't
Well, and this
learn.
is
Yeah.
what's
Don't raise
crazy.
your hand.
Yeah, I have young people in my life who still love Drake because he has bops.
great, yeah.
Gen Z likes him. There's enough of Drake love for him to still have a good career. He actually was a bigger streaming artist last year than Kendrick Lamar, in spite of all this drama, because he
Oh,
just
wow.
has so many radio-friendly hits.
Yeah.
So
He has
Drake,
songs we
just
don't know are
come on.
him.
Just
Yeah.
make some more rap kids bop as you do.
Sure, just
Let
turn on
them
make some more
dance.
elevator music.
Come on.
Also, like, bro, so much is happening this year. Everybody's ready to, like, you're
Ready to
the
move
one
on.
keeping it. And he's like,
Yes.
let it go. And I promise
We'll
Justin
forget.
Baldoni's lawyer will make a claim in Deadline, as happened yesterday, that a character in Deadpool was making fun of Justin Baldoni for being a fake male feminist. And that is somehow a legal argument.
Wait, that's part
Okay.
of the Baldoni lawsuit?
Yes!
By the way, if it is illegal to cast mild shade against annoying men as
going to
in character,
jail.
we're in jail. we're
We're going for life.
tonight. Yeah.
Are we in an era of celebrities snitching through legal filings? Is this just the new way for them now?
This is something I say to my children. Are you telling or are you tattling? And it's different. It's like, is there something going on that needs to be brought to the attention of authority, or are you being a
Were you uncomfortable or unsafe? There's a difference.
And
Yeah.
to take this to children, keep it in the children
because that's what it is.
area, it was like that whole movement. It happened with children and on Real Housewives, where when someone was mean to them or they said something they didn't like, they would say, "You're bullying me."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we've lost the definition of bullying, which is
No,
like,
I just
to
don't
cause
like
harm.
you, and I said
Yeah.
it.
No, and I told you to your face. Yeah.
The Blake and Baldoni one is wildly nuanced in that if what she alleges is true, it's sexual harassment, which actually has darkness to it.
Yeah.
Now, if you read his lawsuit front to back, as I did,
Oh.
they have evidence. They have already started to show evidence that like maybe that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
That being said, her evidence hasn't come through because she didn't even actually. The New York
like a
Times came out before the
pre-file.
filing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard, but then when he comes out being like, "Hey, remember when Ryan Reynolds had a man bun in Deadpool? He was being mean to Justin Baldoni. That's part of us suing you." And you're like,
oh.
Get over it.
Get out
This
of
is
here.
the thing. It's like
Also, people didn't know that, and now you're
Now
making them
you're-
know
yes.
that.
Yeah.
we weren't talking about this thing.
No.
We weren't thinking about this thing, and then you said it. We had literally back to Drake. We had all moved on.
Yes.
We had all moved on.
I think that's to me, and I haven't read front to back both lawsuits, but when you're looking at the court of public opinion, when you're the one asking for the little petty things like that, or you're the one bringing it back up, it's never a good look. It's
totally agree. And she was responding to the press that he had done to her and
Had orchestrated.
yeah, and just to listen, I know, keep going. I keep taking us serious, but it is so rare to discuss and have art about domestic violence for a mass market. It's actually really important and beautiful, even if that movie wasn't
Not a
doing
good
the
movie.
best job.
Yeah.
It still is like bringing it to consciousness. And then to have this woman smeared because she's unlikable and she has a lot of unlikable content was just like, it's just an unbelievable layer to this.
And it's like, take me back to the era when celebrities squashed their beef by just tweeting mean things to the other celebrities. Remember when celebrities used to tweet?
Maybe you
Remember
just
when
need
Rihanna used to tweet all the time?
Kevin Durant. Like,
Come on.
give me a couple burners.
Let
and
them tweet it out.
Take me back to an era where Lindsay Lohan hops in the car with like Paris Hilton
Yes.
and Britney Spears,
Yeah.
and that's how we know they're good.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
you know, when they speed away.
I need a pap walk
Mhm.
of Kendrick and Drake walking into someone's fancy SUV holding hands together. 'Cause I need to move on.
Holding fingers.
Holding
One
fingers and holding
finger.
space. Can they do a Wicked press tour?
Oh!
Can Kendrick and Drake do a
They
Wicked press tour to
should. I
squash
mean,
the
it's
beef?
Done.
Can you imagine if they came back and did what Charlie XCX and Lorde did, and they
Worked it out in the remix.
They worked it out in the remix.
That's all I want for 2025.
Oh, give us that dream. Listen, 2024 had J-Lo and Ben for about 2 months of the year, and then it imploded. But for 2025, let's get Drake
Yes.
and Kendrick.
Drake and Kendrick, come together right now. All right, so there will be more legal drama.
I don't
from
want to be on
celebrities.
record as wanting that.
Fair.
Well, I think it's fair to say that celebrity legal drama is in for 25. It's just here.
It's just here.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with
Love
it.
And
it.
the links are being sent. I didn't have to go find those filings.
It
Okay,
came
they
to
were in
you.
several.
It came
threads.
to you. Yes,
I
yes.
love
Go
reading
find 'em.
legal drama.
All right, I want to talk about TV next because for a while now I've had this sinking feeling that I've talked about with you that streaming TV is kind of mid. And so my question for 2025 is TV in or out? Because it's not grabbing me like it used to.
Mm.
In or out? Y'all are both TV writers. What you think?
I know, because the answer to this question directly impacts my livelihood.
Yeah. And yet,
And yet, I'm ready to give my answer.
I think for me, TV is always in.
You have to say that.
But that I'm legally obligated, but also I don't have the attention span for films. So I love, I'm always going to love TV. And I think in times where scripted isn't working, you can always turn to reality and it is going to give you what you need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is out.
Okay, say why.
Okay, well, first off, TV takes minimum 8-month lead up, likely a year
Just
of
for
like
scripted.
production, scripted, to get it out. So with all of last year being in the trash can, there's nothing
With the strike.
Yeah, there's nothing ready to come out this year. Besides, there's a few shows that have been in production for like 4 years.
Severance
So we're
season
in
2.
production.
Severance season 2, White Lotus. They're like, oh, we've
Yeah.
been working on it for years. So those will come out. But like, as far as the big pipeline of TV, they've been resetting since resetting's the kind word to say post strikes. And so there's nothing in the canon to come out. I also think with all of the change and panic, all of the people in charge are like guessing at what is wanted, and they have a lot of people afraid. They're making decisions out of terror versus artistry, and so they're making a lot of fearful decisions that I think we've already seen show up in television.
It's like they're doing this thing now where they just every few months have Nicole Kidman do the same prestige drama for a different streamer. With a different wig.
I gotta get all this money before TV goes down.
And she's working, and I'll watch it all.
Yeah.
But at this point, they all run into each other. I don't know which show is which. I just know she was there.
She's acting her ass off through that Botox. It's every time it's working.
She is working like she owes somebody money. Nicole Kidman is working like she owes debt.
She's like Scientology.
The Scientologist.
And I need, and also. So one of the ways they're panicking now is that they're always like, we have to have a star attached. That's why people watch something. Well, there's no stars anymore.
Yeah.
So the only people who are stars are 50 and up, which love that for them.
Love them.
So if Nicole Kidman attaches, your show's getting made.
But also let her rest. Because like she did all those damn shows. Then she was in Baby Girl, which I loved. But I'm like, Nicole, are you rested? Are you sleeping? Is Keith taking care of you?
Yeah, I'm worried
Keith
about
Urban?
that marriage.
Yeah.
If you're out of the house that much of a year.
I think they're going to last.
There is some data
Separate bedrooms.
There is some data that suggests that like TV, whether or not it's in a creative rut, it is kind of on a down cycle in terms of productivity. So at its peak, there were about 600 scripted new TV shows a year on all the platforms. That number has already fallen by about 14% in the midst of the strikes, and it's probably going to drop even more. So there will also be less scripted TV to watch this year and next year. Are we okay with that? I got to say, I think I'm okay with that.
It would actually be a wonderful thing if the shows are good, which is like, think about Baby Reindeer.
So good.
Incredible.
So good.
If it is incredible, it will be your number one watch on Netflix. It will be. People go and watch it. And I think to have so much overwhelming you and so much mid overwhelming you don't want to click to see the thing. And am I worried about what Severance 2 is going to do to us as a country right now? Yes, they better come through for people.
They'll come through.
Yeah. If Severance
Shout out to my girl,
disappoints-
Britt Lauer.
If Severance disappoints, I'm going to pull a Drake and sue somebody as well.
Oh my God, we should do it.
You will be within your rights.
Sam Sanders v. Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Do not mess up my Severance season 2.
I'll
Don't
join
do
that
it.
suit with you.
Yes.
We'll go in
Yes.
together.
So I will say, though, in the midst of TV kind of being mid, movies have been okay for me.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the movies this year. I've found that indie movies have like gained traction in ways that feel good for me.
Yes.
I'm not mad at movies.
Me neither. And you know what? That's also like in the strikes, a lot of the only movies that could move forward because they weren't striking against studios were indie movies, which is why we got so many gems at the end of last year. So like, The Substance, which also a studio was like, ew, we hate it. And they threw it away. And then
Who picked it up? Was it
it was
Mubi?
like Meeboo or something.
Moppy?
Pikachu came in.
Yeah.
And they like, and jokes on them. Look what happened. I just saw A Different Man because I was at
Sebastian Stan's in that
Sebastian
one, right?
Stan, yeah. And
I liked him in The Apprentice where he played Donald Trump so well.
So well. And in the beginning of the film, I said, uh-oh, he's not doing Donald Trump at all.
No, but by the end,
the
got
arc.
there.
He delivered an art.
He gains weight over the course of the role. His face changes. His accent becomes more Trumpian. And by the end, you're like, I'm watching Donald.
He gets more racist as it goes on.
Well, he began there, and then he just found the tools to really wield that racism by the end.
And what's crazy is that Sebastian Stan has this incredible turn in this film about Trump called The Apprentice, and he's supposed to get Oscar buzz. But the industry seemed to blacklist him in the awards cycle of it all. A lot of the publications that would have covered him didn't want to touch this controversial
I wonder
film.
why.
So he wasn't even invited to do the traditional every year Variety Actors on Actors session where all the actors in contention talk to other actors and take pictures. He didn't get to go to that. And people think it's because the industry doesn't want to touch Trump content right now.
Definitive. I mean, Carrie, what's her face? He's like
Carrie who?
Underwood.
Carrie Underwood.
What did she
do?
Oh,
she's going to perform at Trump's inauguration. Now, historically, everyone's been like, don't touch my music, you pig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get my music away from me. He's never been able to like play a song because he gets a cease
and now
desist.
she gets the NFL's theme song is going to play for the inauguration.
Yeah.
Hooray.
And Carrie Underwood. I almost said Carrie Bradshaw. That's where I'm at. But Carrie. So, yeah, everyone is pulling a Carrie Underwood where they're like, Trump, baby.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is interesting because when Sebastian Stan won for A Different Man.
Another movie. Where he has he has a disfigured face or something going on?
Yes, which, listen, someone at a New Year's Eve party said to me, I don't even want to tell you anything. I just want you to press play and enjoy it. And I said, what a gift. So I'm not going to tell you guys anything.
Okay.
About A Different Man? Okay.
Yeah, because if I had heard the premise, I would have been like, no thanks. It's so good.
Yeah.
And anyways, and so he used that speech to be like, hey, don't be afraid of difficult stories. I'm also proud of my other movie, The Apprentice. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, good for him.
What? Come on. Is that not fuck you money? He got a fuck you award. I am in another movie that wins an award so that I can give space to the movie.
To this movie that you
ignored. Are politically shunning.
Damn.
That's hot.
I like Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
He's not suing nobody.
He
didn't sue the industry over the blacklisting
over
of his
that.
movie.
And he could have.
He could have. All right, so TV 2025, in or out?
Out.
I'm going in because I love reality TV. Are you guys watching reality TV?
They're different.
Okay.
Scripted TV 2025, in or out?
I want to.
I mean, I'm going to watch Severance.
Okay. A lot riding on Severance.
Out until November 2025, and then some good shit is coming.
You know what would bring all of TV
buys our
back?
shows.
You know what would bring all streaming back to its golden era of streaming and prestige TV? If they did a season of The White Lotus, that was The Black Lotus.
Hello.
That is absolutely not what should happen.
I want it.
Absolutely
Mike
not.
White can't write it.
No, he can't
write it.
But it's just the people in charge will ruin that show in ways that will have you writing think pieces for years.
If you can just keep Tyler Perry away from the project.
He won't. He's producing it. He's there already. He's already pitching it.
Tyler Perry has written the script. He has written a role for Medea on the island.
Yeah.
And she kills everybody.
Oh my God.
Or as I call it, white Tyler Perry. It was Taylor Sheridan. He is white Tyler Perry.
That is
Taylor Sheridan is white Tyler Perry.
Is he not?
Dang.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm going to hold on to that one. Hey, Sam here, in studio, taping the show for this week, but taking a break to ask you to very kindly subscribe to this show's newsletter. It's at kcrw.com/Sam Sanders. Every week, I write it myself. It's a little BTS from the show, some further insights into our guests and discussion topics. I'll tell you what I'm reading and watching and listening to, and I'll share a little bit of slices of my LA life. It's good, I promise. Every week in your inbox, this show's newsletter. Just go to kcrw.com/Sam Sanders, kcrw.com/Sam Sanders. Let me slide into your inbox. All right, next question for y'all. It's kind of movie related, but a different movie topic. I bring it up because I was at the movies this past weekend to see The Brutalist, which was brutal.
3.5 hours?
Oh, God. Needed 3 intermissions.
That's too long.
And an apology.
Ooh.
But before The Brutalist starts playing, there was a trailer that played for the next Marvel movie. Anthony Mackie is going to star in Captain America: Brave New World. And as the trailer is playing, me and my friend Tyler were watching it. We start laughing. It felt ridiculous. And it made me think, like, I think Marvel's over. For 2025, is the Marvel Cinematic Industrial Complex in or out?
It's always been out for me.
Yeah, I think it's been headed out for a few years. I mean, Marvel themselves cut half their slate. Marvel
said we're going to slow down on production in the new year.
Yeah,
Well,
because of that
The
feeling.
fatigue.
And listen, I loved those movies, but if I'm at a place where I'm like, wait, didn't they already all get together?
Wasn't there already an End Game?
How are they
a movie
all...
called End Game?
It's the end. Yeah.
I just started watching last night with my 15-year-old at his demand, The Boys. Have you seen that?
Oh, that's the Amazon show?
Where
but
it's like
a dystopian take on the superheroes?
Are bad. They're actually bad.
Do you like it?
I really
great.
liked it. It's such a good premise and take on, but
that's not Marvel, is it?
Well, it's definitely like a riff on
of Marvel.
Yes, correct. It's like Marvel characters, and so now I'm just like, well, they're bad because I just watched it last night.
Yeah,
I'm like, they're bad people.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. It's like I want to say Marvel is out, but the biggest movie of the last year, Deadpool Wolverine, is a Marvel film.
Okay, that is Drake and Kendrick, though. You get one. You know, there's only one. We've taken our largest franchise and our other largest franchise, and we teamed them up.
Yeah.
What could they possibly do next?
Yeah. They're like scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point.
Yeah. No, seriously. They literally smashed two universes together that took like legal rights. and you know what? I know a lot of people didn't like it and loved that movie. But I can't imagine what they would do next.
I find Ryan Reynolds to be, I'm not going to say he's always irritating, but I have to be in the mood for Ryan Reynolds. And if I'm not...
Can I make a parallel to me personally? This is my personal parallel. To me, he is Taylor Swift, where it's like, I get that it's like quantifiably good, but it's
Why
not...
did you put good in air quotes?
Because it's not...
They're going to get you.
For me.
Okay. So if Marvel is kind of out for this year, what becomes the industry's new IP? I ask because for the longest time, it felt like the movie industry could just continually go to the well of comic books to get movies that folks would watch and pay for over and over again. That well might be running dry, but it feels like Hollywood has now found some new ways to find IP in other places, like Mattel for Barbie, or like Broadway for Wicked. So are we seeing not so much that Hollywood's leaving IP alone, but just finding IP outside of the comic books?
IP is just like, we need a star. It's like, we need IP for people to watch it. And Mattel, geniuses, like 5 or 7 years ago, someone came on and they were like, okay, no one's buying these. No one cares about the toy brand anymore. Sell all the rights to Hollywood. So they've had Mattel in the works for years. Barbie was just first.
There was this New Yorker profile last year about all of the Mattel movies in the works. There's going to be a Polly Pocket movie directed by Lena Dunham.
No, she dropped.
She dropped it?
She dropped out, and that is my gift to you, 2025.
I wanted it.
Tiny.
I wanted it.
No.
I'm a girl's defender.
Oh, here's the thing.
I'm a Hannah Horvath.
Whoa.
Wait, you are Hannah Horvath?
I'm insane.
What?
I'm bad.
Why are you saying that on mic? You're Hannah Horvath?
I'm Hannah Horvath.
No, you are not.
I'm Hannah
Prove
Horvath.
it. Prove it. Give me three ways. 3 ways you were Marnie.
Get out.
I'm sorry. You find Marnie offensive?
Marnie thinks she's better than she is. Hannah knows exactly who she is.
Hannah does not know who she is. Hannah takes her
selfish.
They're like, hey, put on this surf suit, and she gets naked with her boobs out, and she's like, I didn't know. That's not you.
Could be.
Maybe you aspire to that level of like that lack of self-awareness.
I'm not the British one.
No, the British one, you've got to be a beautiful mess.
Yeah. And you have to have a rich dad.
Got it. I think I just recently rewatched Girls.
As one should.
But I don't think
Did a little birdie tell me that your husband wrote on Girls?
Yeah, he did. And he's in it. Can I tell you all a story? So I've rewatched this show like a handful of times because I have dedicated my TV career into making stuff for women, and there's just so little. So I rewatched Girls a lot, and when he and I first started dating, I had just watched his episode, and I was like, "Dang, that barista is fine. That's hot." And then we go on a date, and I was like, "Are you?"
Oh my God.
Barista from Girls.
Are you the barista from Girls?
Which season was he?
What a boost for him.
Do you remember when Ray has the coffee shop and he's at war? So when he goes across the street.
Oh, yeah.
So that is my husband, Yasser, and Lena Dunham's sibling behind the counter acting like dumb hipster.
And he's a writer on it.
And he was a writer on it.
Hilarious.
He was the first Black person to write on the show.
That tracks.
Or be on it.
Season 5.
Potentially.
Season 5.
But no, Donald Glover was in there.
Oh, my bad.
He was the Gabrielle Union.
He
girls.
really was. And that would make Yasser Aisha Tyler.
Bring it on.
I love it. All right, let's close the loop on Marvel for 2025. So Marvel out for
Bye.
2025.
Yeah, I think so.
And we're
okay with that?
They will always be back.
I want happiness for Anthony Mackie.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
him.
I think a little break is nice. They're
Nice.
pulling an Anne Hathaway. They're saying they've had too much. I'm going to go away.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back.
Mhm.
It came true. What did she say?
Now that is another pop culture awards moment. Do you know what that
Talking
is?
about Anne Hathaway's Oscar speech for Les Mis.
Yeah.
She was
That she
such
had practiced.
a
She
theater
practiced
kid.
it.
And I would too. I hate when
But
they get up there.
Hannah
Let me tell you something. If you are in contention for a major award, as soon as you are nominated, write a speech.
Yes.
Write
Oh,
a speech.
do you wanna know
Demi
what mine
Moore
is?
had a speech. When she won that Golden
That's
Globe,
right.
she was ready.
But Anne Hathaway is an incredible actress.
Yes.
Worst performance of her life delivering
That
speech. It
speech.
can't look.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
It's
you
the
wrote
fake
it.
tears. You can't do that. Yeah. We
Yeah.
can't see you acting
Did
now.
you say you have a speech?
I have a speech prepared, and it is.
Do it right now.
What I was an assistant in this town for many years, and I kept a list of, and I want to use my time right now to read this list I kept of people who wronged me, and then I'm gonna unfurl a scroll.
I know we've come
Just
together
so
as a community
long.
for a lot,
Yes.
but can we come together
Yes.
to get Erin an award
Let's
so
do
that we
that.
can hear this speech?
And then I'm gonna sit one by one read names.
What's the first name?
I actually don't remember. I have to look back.
My award speech.
You know who's not on it? Benicio del Toro. He was always nice.
Oh, I love that. I want to. Should I ever? I'll never be in a contention for an award like that. But if I ever am, I want to have a speech written, but be so drunk from the Golden Globes drinks that I go on stage and just go, "I'm drunk, y'all. Thanks."
You're gonna do a Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is wait?
Mariah Carey just got bombed with Lee Daniels and went on stage and was like, "Thank you for I'm an actress. I was in Precious. Good night."
That's what I want. It's like either that or Demi Moore preparation. No
Yeah.
middle. There was
Yes.
no
Demi's
middle.
was
Right.
stunning.
No,
It was
it's
very good.
10-10.
Also, whatever you do, don't do that. I don't know what to
didn't
say.
say- I didn't know.
I
I only dedicated every single ounce of my being to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
only
know.
spent 3 weeks getting ready for this outfit, but I don't know what to say.
It's a good. This is a good point that all celebrities should take note of. Is that it's like do not give a performance during that speech, because that we should be able to take the award back if it's not a good enough performance.
Ooh, I like that.
New rule.
Yeah.
New rule. If your awards acceptance speech sucks,
Yeah.
like Showtime at the Apollo, the jester with the cane will come pull it away from you.
That's right.
Give it back.
That's right.
Give it back. It's going to Sebastian Stan.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And
like
such
this.
a good point that you plan your outfit, you plan
Yeah.
your whatever, plan
Plan a speech.
the 30 seconds.
Of
Come
course
on.
you do.
Come on.
Also,
You're in entertainment. Entertain.
Yeah. And also, don't do the thing where you're like, it's on my phone. Blah, blah, blah. You've had your phone for years. You know how to use your phone.
Your phone. Now I know someone did that at the Golden Globes, and I do really like that person. But you do not hold your phone. That's like at weddings. Like,
Oh, the speech
don't
on
hold
the
your
phone.
phone.
The
Come
speech on the
on.
phone. Print it out.
Memorize
Print
it.
it
print it out.
Either or.
Memorize
Like our
it,
friend.
losers.
Yeah. We've reached the end of our in and out list. And just to recap, I want to run us through this. Legal dramas among celebrities are in for
All in.
2025. TV scripted is kind of out for 2025, though we're holding out
We have
hope
hope.
for Severance Season 2. White Lotus, I'm not confident, but we'll see. Kendrick in, Drake out.
Sorry, sir.
Still.
Yeah.
Still. And Marvel out. Other IP in.
Mormon wives in Utah.
Oh, honey.
So reality TV is in. That's
It's
one more that we should add to the
thriving.
list. Reality TV for
Utah
this year.
is full of.
I watched one of these
untapped
new
resources.
Mormon
Mhm.
reality shows where there's a bunch of Mormon ladies, but like none of them are rich.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
Not even trying to pretend to be rich.
now is this the one
Is
where the
that the
guy's like,
TikTok
I have
one?
10 wives all suffering? And
No, these are young Mormon influencers.
The TikTok one.
So it's
yeah.
the real
Yeah.
lives of Mormon wives.
Okay.
Yeah,
They've taken out any artifice of wealth.
yeah, but although they are
they're
all in the
doing
same
okay.
creme stucco houses, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're.
They seem. Listen, I'd like one of those houses.
Yeah, those houses look nice.
Yeah.
The farmhouse.
Oh my God, that one girl who's gonna have a homestead. Hell yeah.
Love it. I got to go back and watch more of it. It's just too much TV.
It's a really bad show that I
Nice.
gave a lot of time to, and
Nice.
I can't wait for season 2.
Mhm.
All right. Before we end the game and declare a winner, is there anything else that we should add to the list of in or out for 2025?
I'm gonna say shishi restaurants out.
Mm.
Like the restaurant where it's like, oh, you can go and get the thing and it has the orange flavor and the and 2 scallops and like, oh my God, and it's like I think that's out. Here's a bucket of guac and cheese in.
Okay.
Amen.
Yes to that.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna say I'm sorry to keep plugging charities, but I'm gonna say like direct one-to-one contact
aid? Okay.
mutual aid in.
All right.
And reality TV also in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to say that I hope film intermissions are in going forward because as much as I
Ooh.
didn't enjoy The Brutalist, I enjoyed the intermission.
There was
Got another
Your
beer,
favorite part?
went to the bathroom. It's like, this is great. A little reset.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You know what is in? I think film is in. I think TV will come back in. I
Yeah.
don't know about this year. Books are back. Lust and yearning and dating and erotic. Listen, I'm reading, not because I wanted to, but someone gave me a book about a woman having a relationship with the door, and it sold a lot of copies. So books, they're in.
It's all fours, but for doors. All doors.
On all doors. Miranda July. Books are really, really, really.
Put Miranda July in the LA fire disaster movie.
Okay.
Oh, she
And
would
I'm
make
in.
one that I would watch.
I'd watch
Interested.
that.
Y'all
Yeah.
ever see Trillionaire by Miranda July?
No.
I
Great
think
little
I
watch.
did.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay. I have to declare a winner.
Oh my God! Wow.
Wow.
Okay,
I
but
hope it's you.
declare it on who did the most for their community this week.
Ooh. That's
How about this?
cutthroat.
I like you both. There'll be 2 winners this week, and the only loser is Drake.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Let
I
it
like
go,
that.
Drake.
Okay, can
Let
I
it go, Drake.
Can I ask for one more award category?
Yes.
What girl's character are
Oh.
each of us? This can be another way for us to lose.
Oh,
I'm so scared.
Shoshana.
Thank you.
You're Shoshana.
I accept.
Ray.
Oh.
Benevolently. I think Ray had growth. Ray became a fully formed adult by the end of that show.
Yeah. It's just he cares about commas so much, and I'm not sure I know how they work. But I'll take it.
That is
I'm still saying
Actually-
that I'm Hannah Horvath.
This brings a whole new dimension to our friendship. I have to unpack and think
it.
through so much.
When you come back, we'll talk about all of it. All right. With that, we have set the entire cultural agenda for this coming year. America, you're welcome. We did it. I can't say we did it, Joe, anymore.
Joe never did it.
Oh.
Joe
R.I.P.,
did nothing.
not dead.
Joe stayed. Joe did it. He stayed. Okay.
Oi. Before we leave, tell our listeners and viewers your names again and where to find you.
I'm Erin Dewey Lennox. You can find me on Instagram Reels, as you know. And I host a comedy show in Frogtown at Spoke Bicycle Cafe. Come by.
All right.
And I'm at Chelsea Devantez. And I host a book and pop culture podcast called Glamorous Trash. You can find it, wherever you're listening to
It's
this
so
podcast.
good.
Oh, thank you.
It's real
We
good.
cover celebrity memoirs. We also cover, articles from The Cut. The stuff that matters.
Yes.
And I have a whole highlight on my Instagram of places you can donate to. And I know it's overwhelming. So just, trust me, Sam and Erin. Click one of those things. Give $20 if you can. And then go listen to some hot podcast episodes.
Yeah.
Yes. Treat
Okay.
yourself.
With that, everybody, happy 2025. Whatever you do, don't file a celebrity lawsuit. We have enough. Okay, till next week. Bye.